माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। श्री राधा माधव जी की, श्री कृष्ण बलराम की, श्री लता विशाखा राधे श्याम जी की, श्री गौर नित्याई की, शिला प्रभुपाद की, शिला गुरुदेव की नित्याय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी माता जी। वेलकम टू ऑल ऑफ यू फॉर श्रीमद् भगवद गीता evening discourse on chapter 16 verse number 18. Before entering to Srimad Bhagavad Gita pages, let us pray, get the blessings from the Acharyas, all the Vaishnavas, to purify our own self. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurnamilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swamarupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadkamlam Shri Gurunu Vaisnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagan Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagan Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostute. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। हरे कृष्णा। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता चैप्टर 16 वर्स नंबर 18। अहंकारम बलम दर्पम कामम क्रोधम च saṁśritāḥ माम ātma-para-deheṣu pradviṣanto pradviṣantaḥ abhyasūyakāḥ ahaṅkāraṁ balam darpam कामं क्रोधं च संश्रितः मामात्मपरदेहेषु pradviṣantoऽभ्यसूयकाः ahaṅkāraṁ balam darpam kāmam krodham ca saṁśritāḥ māmatma-para-deheṣu pradviṣanto abhyasūyakāḥ ahaṅkāraṁ balam darpam kāmam krodham ca saṁśritāḥ māmatma-para-deheṣu pradviṣanto bhyasūyakāḥ. Please recite. ahaṅkāraṁ balam darpam kāmam krodham ca saṁśritāḥ māmatma-para-deheṣu pradviṣanto bhyasūyakāḥ. ahaṅkāraṁ darpam kāmam krodham ca saṁśritāḥ māmatma-para-deheṣu nidanso abhyasūyakāḥ. Matajis. ahaṅkāraṁ balam darpam kāmam krodham ca saṁśritāḥ māmatma-para-deheṣu pradviṣanto bhyasūyakāḥ. ahaṅkāraṁ balam darpam kāmam krodham ca saṁśritāḥ māmatma-para-deheṣu pradviṣanto bhyasūyakāḥ. Hare Krishna. Please hear carefully. ahaṅkāraṁ, false ego. balam, strength. darpam, pride. kāmam, lust. krodham, anger. cha, also. saṁśritāḥ, having taken shelter of. mam, me. atma, in their own. para, in the other. deheṣu, bodies. pradviṣantaḥ, blaspheming. abhyasūyakāḥ, envious. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Please hear. Bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust and anger, the demons become envious of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in their own bodies, in the bodies of others, and blaspheme against real religion. Please repeat. Bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, the demons become envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in their own bodies and the bodies of others, and blaspheme against the real religion. Purport, please hear. A demonic person, being always against the God's supremacy, does not like to believe in the scriptures. He is envious of both the scriptures and the existence of Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is caused by his so-called prestige and his accumulation of wealth and strength. He does not know that the present life is a preparation for the next life. Not knowing this, he is actually envious of his own self, as well as of others. He commits violence on other bodies and on his own. He does not care for the supreme control of the personality of Godhead because he has no knowledge. Being envious of the scriptures and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he puts forward false argument against the existence of God and denies the scriptural authority. He thinks himself independent of powerful in every section. He thinks that since no one can equal him in his strength, power, and or wealth, he can act in a way and no one can stop him. If he has an enemy who might check the advancement of his sensual activities, he makes plans to cut him down by his own power. Srila Prabhupada ki. So in this particular verse, Krishna is telling Arjuna the remaining 5 qualities of asuras. Actually, Krishna in this verse, which is the title, the divine and the demonic nature. So divine nature he explains from verse number 1 to 3, 26 divine qualities. And then from verse number 4 onwards till this verse, he has explained again 26 demonic qualities also. So let us see briefly what are the divine qualities and the demonic qualities. The divine qualities, he says, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to the fault-finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy, from the passion for honor. So these are the 26 divine qualities informed to Arjuna. Every living entity, when takes birth, either with the divine qualities or the demonic qualities. When somebody is born, father, mother, or grandparents, they go to make the horoscope, and horoscope man tells this person is born with the either divine, demonic, or human qualities. So 3, Rakshasi, Asuri, Manushya, or Devi Gun. Either of these 3, one will be situated. As soon as Krishna told these qualities to Arjuna, he thought he might be thinking, Arjuna, that what is his position? So immediately Krishna tells Arjuna, Devi sampad vimokchaya nimandya asuri mata ma sucha sampadam devim abhijatosi pandava. Arjun, Pandav Arjun, don't worry, ma suchaha, because you are born with the divine qualities, conducive to liberation. So these are the things he told Arjuna. And then from verse number 5 onwards, what we see, Prabhuji Mataji, we see 26 again demonic qualities. So what are these demonic qualities if we see? So these demonic qualities are from verse number 7 onwards. In verse number 4, there are 5 qualities. Dambho darpo bhimanascha krodha parasumevacha ajnanam cha abhijatasya par sampadim asurim. O Parth, these are the qualities. Now hear carefully which are the demonic qualities. Dambha, arrogance. Darpo, conceit. Pride, anger, harshness and ignorance. So these are the qualities, 5 qualities defined in the 4th verse. And then 7th onwards he says, the pravartimcha nivartimcha. Those people, demonic people, they do not know what to do and what not to do. If we hear carefully these qualities, we can see ourselves, we can do our own test. Where do we lie? Which qualities we have? Are we demonic or are we divine, under divine spell? So, they do not know what is to be done and what not to be done. Cleanliness, they neither have cleanliness nor proper behavior, or neither they are truthful. They are lost to themselves. They are just lost. They do not know what to do, what not to do. They are simply lost. They have no intelligence. They always engage in the unbeneficial activities. Their activities are not going to be any benefit for them. And they engage in the horrible works. And what kind of work they engage? To destroy this world. If we compare the modern scientist who invented horrible nuclear weapons and so many viruses just to destroy this world, they want to give improvement to the world. For improvement purpose, they are actually destroying the world. So these are the demonic qualities. And they are always, they take an oath. Whatever they do, they will do unclean work. And they are always attached to the impermanent things. How do they are attached to impermanent things? What is the impermanent things? Everything is material world, which is material, is impermanent. They are always attached to that. And with that, they are engaged in the sense gratification. And because of sense gratification, which is not really possible in this material world, they are always anxious. Once they are anxious, which leads to the lust and anger. And to satisfy their senses, and because of lust and anger, they always engage in securing the money by illegal means for their sense gratification. Then, what they do? They simply become too strongly attached to the sense enjoyment and basically fall down to the hell. Yesterday we saw 19th quality. What is that? Deluded by the wealth and false prestige. They are always under illusion because of the wealth and false prestige they have gained, because they are always under illusion. And they sometimes proudly perform sacrifice in the name only. They do the sacrifice, so many sacrifices they do, but that is for the name's sake. They always want name and fame. Because of name and fame, they can go to any extent. If you see the verse number 11 to 13, there Krishna has told in detail of this chapter that asa pa sater baddha. They are always bound by the sater baddha, hundreds of desires, just to entangle them in this world. They think they are getting freedom, they think they are getting enjoyment, but actually they are getting bound. And what they do, basically, for these things they do without following any rules or regulations. They neither follow rules nor follow any regulations. Now what we see today, that ahaṅkāraṁ, balam, darpam. So because of ahaṅkār, and Purport translate ahaṅkār as the false ego. So let us understand these 5 qualities which are in this verse today. Ahaṅkār, balam, darpam, kāmam, krodham. And then 6th is abhyasūyakāḥ. They are always envious. So let us see this one by one, these qualities, Prabhuji Mataji. So when we talk of ahaṅkār, that means false ego. What is the false ego? False ego means we have a very high ego, which is really temporary, which is not permanent. And that ego gives them the pride, which pride leads to the so many things. And ahaṅkār ego is for what? This false ego. We have two things here, ahaṅkāraṁ and darpam. In verse number 4, we got dambha also. So a little bit we'll discuss dambha also. Three things, dambha, darpa, ahaṅkār. So what ahaṅkār we have? What false ego we have? False ego is basically, we have a very high thinking. Oh, I am born in this family lineage, very high caste. I am Brahmana. Not only that, I am in so and so lineage of my family. I have this high position. I am so and so. Prabhuji Mataji, these things, when it comes to our mind, it leads to our destruction. The best example for this, Daksha. In 4th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, what we see? We see Daksha, what he does. Daksha, when he is performing yajna, we know the story, we will not go into detail. But when Daksha enters, all demigods, including Indra, they got up to give the respect to Daksha. But Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they were sitting down. Lord Brahma is Daksha's father, he doesn't mind. But Lord Shiva is son-in-law. When Lord Shiva is son-in-law, he looks at him, he thinks, oh, my son-in-law is not giving me respect. Everybody is standing, giving me ovation. I am so powerful, I am Prajapati. My position is that I am Lord Brahma's son and I am helping him the progeny. I am the most powerful Prajapati and this Lord Shiva is simply sitting there. You will be surprised what kind of words he is using for Lord Shiva. He says, all the sages, Brahmanas, fire god present, please hear me. He is addressing full assembly. Please hear me with attention. No distraction, with attention. Because I am going to speak the manner of gentle persons. See, when you have ahaṅkār, false ego, you think you are gentle. But you will see how much arrogant he is. How much false ego he has. I do not speak of out of ignorance or envy. So he is speaking three things. Neither I am arrogant, nor I have ignorant, and neither I have envy. I am just simply speaking. Then he says, Shiva has spoiled the name and fame of governors of the universe. He is telling Lord Shiva has spoiled the name and fame. How he has spoiled the name and fame? He has polluted the path of gentle manners. He is thinking, I have come, I am so and so. He is sitting down, so he has no manners. So he is mannerless. In a way, he is telling Lord Shiva, he is a mannerless person. And he says, I accepted him as my subordinate. He is thinking, Daksha, that Lord Shiva is his subordinate. He is my subordinate. Because why subordinate? Because I have given my daughter to him. Sati Mata has been married to Lord Shiva. And why he has given? He didn't want to give. Because of Lord Brahma's advice. My father advised, gave my daughter to him. So, he pretend. That means he is telling Lord Shiva another thing. He is pretentious. He is pretend just to like an honest person. So he is pretending to be like an honest person. That means he is dishonest also. So Falis doesn't have manners, as dishonest as well. He says, he has eyes like monkeys. You'll be shocked to hear these things, Prabhuji Mataji. This is the ahaṅkār which gives the false ego. Once can speak like this. He's saying, he has eyes like monkeys. But still I married my daughter to him because of Lord Brahma. He asked me to marry him. And he says, he has broken all the rules of civility. That he is not civil person. He is dishonest. he is mannerless, he is uncivilized also. That's next thing he's saying, he's uncivilized. Why is uncivilized? Because not as observing any required rules and regulations. So he doesn't follow any rules and regulations also. And he says he's impure. Not only this, Lord Shiva is impure. And I have given my daughter to him. And he says that he goes to filthy places. Which filthy places? Like crematorium. And who is his companion? Ghost, demons. He is naked. He is a madman. Like the provision, we don't want to hear. He tells so many things on this about Lord Shiva. And we know finally what happens. Where is the pride lies? Where is the ahaṅkāraṁ lies? The false ego. Where is it in our body, Mataji Prabhuji? In our, everything is in the head. So Daksha's head was chopped off by Lord Shiva. When his head was gone, because of his surrender, then he realized his mistake. Then he prays equally Lord Shiva later on. Then he gets a head of goat. So if we have this much pride, be sure Krishna will make the arrangement. Krishna is such a merciful, he is the most merciful person in the whole creation, which will never tolerate any pride. Naradji had a pride, that was cut down. Garuda has a pride, that was cut down. Satyabhama had a pride, that was cut down. But in a nice way. You know those stories, I am not going to repeat those stories. Okay? Now, next thing is darpa. Darpa, Prabhupada translate as pride. And darpa means, what do we want? We are always conscious for showing what we don't have. We want to show something what we don't have. That is basically the darpa. And we always engage in the show business. Now, for example, how do we engage in the show business? Let us talk of our circle, devotees. Somebody may not have very high knowledge, right? Jnana or devotion. Prabhuji, I am there for 40 years, I am there for 30 years in the movement. I am not a small devotee, I am very senior. The moment you say this, you are beaten by this pride, darpa. You don't have those qualities. You want to show. Materialistic persons, for example, in our household we see many families. They may not be very rich. Okay? But to marry off their children, their daughters basically, what they will do? They will borrow. They will bring on hire all the paraphernalia in the home. When the boy comes, oh, you are so rich. I am so and so. But actually you are not rich. This is darpa. This is very high category of darpa. You are so much show business you are doing, which later on going to create so many problems. In Shastras, Prabhuji Mataji, we see very nice example of darpa. The first canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, when Parikshit Maharaj puts the snake around the neck of Samik Muni, although that was not his mistake. He is the king, emperor of the world. He is thirsty. He is hungry. He goes to the ashram. When he goes to somebody's ashram, person who is thirsty and hungry, he is supposed to be received with honor. Anybody, at least water. But Samik Muni in the trance did not offer him anything. He is in the trance. And because of Kali effect, Parikshit Maharaj put the dead snake in his neck. His son, Shringi Muni, through his friends came to know about these incidents, that King Parikshit has put that snake around my father's neck. The moment he heard, he has a high lineage, he is a Brahmana boy, his father is a great sage, Samik Muni, that's all right. But once this high quality family lineage, caste, power, these things, when they become touched by the arrogance or the pride, they become like a milk touched by the snake, become a poison. Drink milk is to give the nourishment, right? But if you drink the milk which has been touched by the snake, poisonous snake, it's poison like. Same way Shringi Rishi, this boy Shringi, then he is thinking, it will be surprising what he is talking about. Shringi Muni. He says with the pride, with the darpa, Aho ātma-para-deheṣu pītanam bali bhujamiva swamin dhanya dasanam darpanam sunamiva. You will be shocked to see these words coming from a mouth of a Brahmana, for whom Parikshit Maharaj, who is a great devotee of Lord, and he has been saved by the Krishna while in womb of the mother Uttara, and who has such a high lineage that his father Abhimanyu, his grandfather Arjuna, his lineage, if you see, they're all first class Vaishnavas. For him, he is telling this boy, just look at the sins of the rulers. He is not thinking Parikshit Maharaj as Parikshit. He is saying rulers. Just think of the sins of these rulers. Like crow. He is comparing Parikshit Maharaj like a crow. And watchdog. Grihpalanam. That means dogs who are supposed to be outside. Nowadays it's a different story. Everybody, most of the materialist people, they have a dog at home. But this verse confirms dogs should never enter inside the house. They are grihpalanam, outside the door only. Those who keep the dogs inside their home, this is very high stage of Kali Yuga for them. So he is telling, and watchdog at the door. So watchdog, the dog should be at the door only. Perpetrate sins against their masters. So crow and dog, they commit sins against their masters. Contrary to the principles of governing servants. So that means he is saying Parikshit Maharaj is like a servant. He is behaving like a crow. He is behaving like a watchdog, and he is simply not following the rules and regulations like for the servants. Prabhupada writes very nicely in the purport of this for Prabhuji Maharaj. Listen carefully. Prabhupada writes, Shringi, a qualified son of a great Brahmana, attained the required Brahmanical powers. No doubt, he had Brahmanical powers. That's why he will curse. Both by birth and by training, because his father has trained him also. It is not that doesn't have he just a power because of birth. No, he is trained also. But he was lacking in culture. So he had training, he had high birth, but he was lacking in culture. And because of that, he was inexperienced. By influence of Kali, so he was not fully cultured, inexperienced, immature, and because of the Kali, the son of Brahmana became puffed up with the Brahmanical power. He became so much puffed up. And thus wrongly compared Maharaj Parikshit to crow and watchdogs. Prabhupada says he is totally wrong. He cannot compare like that. The next verse, 1834, he says, the descendants of the kingly orders He says, Brahmane chhatra bandurhi grahapalo nirupitaha sa katham tad grahe dvastha sa bhandam bhoktum arhati. The descendants of the kingly orders are defined. How they are defined? Descendants of kingly orders, they are designated as watchdogs. Now, Shastra says the king is compared to whom? King, whom he represents? King. Lord Vishnu. King represents Lord Vishnu. And as a Brahmana boy, with the training he should know, king should be compared to Lord Vishnu. But he is saying that definitely designated as watchdog. So king is comparing like a watchdog. As they must keep themselves at the door. The dog should be at the door, so king should be always on the door. On what ground can dogs enter the house and claim to dine with the master of the same plate? Now imagine, he knows this. King Parikshit had come hungry and thirsty to get water and this thing. But he is thinking, this boy Sringi, that king is compared to a watchdog, and watchdog is supposed to never enter the house to dine with the masters of the house. That's such a mentality, Prabhuji Mata. This is darpa. When somebody is bitten by the darpa, this situation happens. Next he says, Krishna gate bhagavati sastra yutpathika vinam tad nisandesu adhyam sasmi pasyad me balam. After the departure of Lord Krishna, now see the pride, the darpa, where does it take? Now he is going to take the position of Krishna. He is going to this extent, Sringi. After the departure of Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead and supreme ruler of everyone, these upstarts have flourished. He is using the word upstarts. They have flourished. Our protector being gone, he is thinking now my protector, that means King Parikshit is not the protector. King is purpose is king is supposed to protect. He is thinking no, he is a watchdog, King Parikshit. But our real protector was Krishna. He is gone. I myself take up this matter and punish them. Just see my power. You will shake, Mataji Prabhuji, hearing this. This Brahmana boy, Sringi, is saying, Krishna is gone. I will take his position and punish this king. So that is the darpa which really troublesome. So these are the qualities which Krishna is telling about demons, demonic qualities. The quality, divine quality, demonic quality can be in anyone. Like we have three gunas, like Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun. Mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. All these three gunas can be in anyone. Person may be asura or asura. Doesn't matter. Indra has many times shown so much arrogance. The best example of Indra's arrogance is when Lord Krishna returned with Satyabhama on his Garuda to give back the earrings of Mata Aditi and umbrella of Indra after the fight with the Banasur. And when he enters there, gives them, when he is coming back, remembering his promise to Satyabhama, I will take the Kalpavraksha from the Parijat flower from the heaven. He picks up one tree, puts on the back of Garuda. Indra, who prayed for Lord as a Garbha prayers, Indra, who prayed when his pride was cut in the Govardhan Leela, he again comes all with all his demigods to fight with Krishna. Imagine. So this is darpa is so bad for us that is really. So this Sringi, if you see how this darpa has happened, there is a sequence for this. Being a Brahmana boy, he has a pride. dambha. And because of that dambha, he became arrogant, darpa. And increased pride or dambha, he became with the false ego. And when this stage comes of false ego, then we do not know what is to be qualified, equal, or we do not know good or bad, anything. Like we saw the quality of demons, what is to be done, what is not to be done, they do not know those things. And then abhimana is there, and which is then next, it leads to the krodha. Then abhiman leads to the krodha. When krodha comes, that's why he's so angry that he's telling Parikshit Maharaj, watchdog, crow, like this he's telling. So then he falls down. When Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita 2.62 and 63, dhyayato visyan pumsa sangaste upajayate sanga sanjayate kama kamat krodha vijayate krodhat bhavati sammoha sammoha smriti brahma smriti bhamsa buddhi naso buddhi nasat pranashyati. Starting with simply dhyayato visyan pumsa. These demonic persons, they always think of sense gratification. For sense gratification, not all the 5 or the 11 senses, just one sense, when you focus on some sense object, one by one, dhyayato visyan pumsa, sangaste supajayate, sanga sanjayate kama. That means attachment, then kama, kama, then krodha, and finally you fall down. Buddhi nasat pranashyati. You completely fall down. But how do we get free, Prabhuji Mataji, from this? This pride, anger, abhiman, we should get freed from that. How do we get free? See, Mahaprabhu shows very nice lila. That Brahmana who had, Vasudeva Brahmana who had leprosy, right? He came to meet Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu, what he did? He was keeping a distance from Mahaprabhu because his body is, pus is coming, oozing, and very bad smell is coming. But he is a good, very nice devotee. So Mahaprabhu does not see outer coverage. What he is seeing, inner side. Inner side he is saying he is a big devotee, he is a very nice devotee, very humble devotee. So Mahaprabhu goes and embraces him. The moment he embraces Vasudeva Brahmana, immediately his leprosy is gone. He becomes very beautiful. And all the signs of leprosy disappeared. Being meek and humble, he is a very meek and humble, like trana he keeps in the mouth. And after curing, he prays to Mahaprabhu that, Prabhu, I am afraid now. What for you are afraid? I am afraid because of now my body has become this. I'll get darpa, dambha, abhiman. I'll get these things. Then Mahaprabhu tells him in Madhya Leela 7th chapter, verse number 147. Prabhu kahe, kabu tumhara na habe abhiman. Prabhu kabe, nahi tumhara na kabu abhiman. Nirantara kaha tumi Krishna Krishna naam. So Mahaprabhu is giving the solution. If you are afraid of getting abhiman, darpa, dambha, all these things, Mahaprabhu is telling, if you want like that you never have abhiman of body or anything, that means what you nirantara kaha tumi. Always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nirantara kaba tumi Krishna Krishna naam. That is the solution for that. If you want to be really get out of these things, that we have to do, Prabhuji Mataji. Then in this verse what we see, ahaṅkāraṁ balam darpam. Balam means strength. Strength, our Prabhupada writes, also gives us the pride. Because if I am so powerful, I ignore everybody. I am the most powerful. I will declare nobody can beat me. And then immediately these two, ahaṅkār and darpa, will come. and then process will start. Process of destruction. Process of destruction will start, Prabhuji Mataji. Then we have kāmam, krodham cha saṁśritāḥ. Next two qualities are kāmam and krodham. Lust and anger. Anger is just sort of one word, one letter. What is the letter? D. If we add D before the anger, it becomes danger. And anger danger is that anger leads to just now we saw the 2.623. Anger leads to danger is we are completely falling down because of this anger, Prabhuji Mataji. And the kama, the lust, lust also leads us to fall down. But how do we use these things in the devotion service? We can use lust in devotion service. We can use anger in devotion service. The best example, when Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Narad Muni that I am seeing Sisupal, which is example of anger. He had so much anger against Krishna that finally he was chopped off. His head was chopped off by Krishna in the assembly of Rajiv Yajna. But seeing this, that even after that Shishupal's soul emerges into the Krishna's lotus feet, then Yudhishthira Maharaj asked the question, how this is possible? Then Narad Muni speaks very nice verse, Prabhuji Mataji. This is verse number 7.131. Gopya kāmād bhayāt kanso dvesāvchadayo nrapaha sambandhāt prashnaya snehāt yuyam bhaktaya vayam vibho. Gopya kāmāt. Gopis attained Krishna by kāma. They had no desire. Kāma doesn't mean only simply lust, any desire. Their only desire was to please Krishna, to satisfy Krishna. So by lust, we is saying very clearly in Narad Muni, my dear Yudhishthir, gopis by their lust desires, Kamsa by the fear, Shishupal by the anger, envy, Yadus by their family relationship with Krishna, and you Pandava by your great affection for Krishna, and we general devotees by our devotion service have obtained the mercy of Krishna. If we really want the mercy of Krishna, there is no other solution. We can use all these qualities. Divine qualities, of course, but demonic also, those qualities we can use for the service of Krishna. Like Hanumanji used the anger for burning the whole of Lanka in the service of Lord Rama. And Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita that this kama balam balvatam chaham kamra vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhutesu kamo asmi bharatrisbha. Balam, the strength. Balam balvatam chaham. He says, I am the strength of the strong. Bal, what we have in this verse today, we are discussing, if this strength we use for the service of Krishna, that is Krishna himself. Balam balvatam chaham. Kam rag vivarjitam. But that bal should be what? Kam rag vivarjitam. That should be devoid of passion and pride. The strength should not be with the pride. That strength is Krishna. Then he says, I am the sex life which is not contrary to the religious principles. If I am following religious principles, as per that, material sense gratification, sex life is, he says, I am that also. O Lord of Bharatas Arjuna. Prabhupada writes the purport in this. The strong man's strength should be applied to protect the weak. A strong man's strength should be applied to protect the weak, not the personal aggression. Similarly, the sex life according to religious principles, dharma should be for propagation of children. Krodham Muni did the tapas for 10,000 years. Simply, his father, Lord Brahma, ordered him, help me in the progeny. To get son and the children, Krodham Muni, he did tapas for 10,000 years. Even now getting his wife, he again went into the trance, tapas, not getting the children. This is the kāmosmi bhratrisva Prabhuji Mataji. So if we have these things, then what happens? Same thing, these are the two sides of the coin. Like heat we have. Electricity can be used for constructive work. Electricity can be used for destructive works also. We can do two wires we touch, whole building will be in the fire. But so nicely light is giving, fan is there, nicely we are sitting here. AC is working. Same electricity. Same way, these demonic and divine qualities, whatever is there, we may be born of asuri guna, sur guna, or manushya guna, whatever gunas we have, by engaging in the devotion service, by chanting Hare Krishna, we can definitely, Prabhuji Mataji, can lead us so that we can get the mercy of the Krishna, and by getting the mercy of Krishna, by performing devotion service to the Krishna and the Guru Sadhu and Sast, we can go back home, back to Godhead. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Gurudev ki, Tyai Gaur Premanande. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhuji Mataji, time to ho gaya hai, but if there are any questions, if you time permit, I can take, because there is Mataji. दक्षा का जो यज्ञ था माता जी, दक्षा का जो यज्ञ था, उस यज्ञ में माता सती कूद गई. When she entered into the fire, English or Hindi? माता जी is asking in Hindi. Hindi? So माता सती जब उसमें कूद गई और इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंची भगवान शिव के पास कि सती उन्होंने अपनी जान दे दी है कूदने के बाद में, तो उन्होंने अपने गणों को भेजा. गणों को, जो उनके असिस्टेंट है भगवान शिव के, वो सारे गण आए. आने के बाद में यज्ञ का पूरा विध्वंस कर दिया, यज्ञों को खत्म कर दिया, और बहुत लड़ाई हुई वहां पर. जो देवता लोग थे वो यक्ष की तरफ से लड़े और ये लड़े. बाद में जो वीर जो हैं, व्हेन ही कम्स, तो उन्होंने आकर के दक्ष का सर काट दिया. दक्ष का सर काटने के बाद में वहां पर ब्रह्मा जी भी हैं, भगवान विष्णु भी हैं. फिर सबने भगवान शिव की प्रार्थना की और भगवान शिव को प्रेयर्स करके उनको सेटिस्फाई किया, उनको संतुष्ट किया. संतुष्ट करने के भगवान से प्रार्थना की, क्योंकि दक्ष की जरूरत है. दक्ष की जरूरत क्यों है? अभी प्रजा सृष्टि बढ़ी नहीं है, सृष्टि को आगे बढ़ाना है. सृष्टि को बढ़ाने के लिए दक्ष को जिंदा करना पड़ेगा. तो भगवान शिव ने कहा कि जाओ, जो दूसरा सिर लेकर के आओ, उसको मैं इसको जोड़ करके इसको जीवित कर देता हूँ. तो उसको दक्ष को फिर भगवान ने माफ किया और उसका सिर जोड़ करके बकरे का सिर उसको लगाया. एंड उसके बाद दक्ष ने बहुत सुंदर भगवान शिव की प्रेयर्स कही हैं. उसकी बुद्धि ठिकाने आ गई माता जी. ठीक है, ओके. सी व्हाट हैपेंड माता जी, दक्षा व्हेन ही वाज सेइंग दिस and he insulted Lord Shiva, his wife Mata Sati could not tolerate this so much insult. So he went to the fire sacrifice. She left his body, her body. After leaving her body, the informant went to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva sent his ganas, his assistants, to teach him Daksha. They came and destroyed the yajna. Everything was destroyed. And then Veerbhadra, who comes along with them, because there was a big fight, Veerbhadra cuts off the head of Daksha also. Now everybody is worried because of this yajna was important. to go to increase the progeny, right? So what is to be done? For that purpose, Lord Brahma prayed to Lord Shiva, all the demigods prayed to Lord Shiva, please excuse him, he is important, he is necessary, for he is a Prajapati. So we have to revive him. Then Lord Shiva became merciful, then he got another head of goat and he put that head on him. Veerbhadra is one of the powerful Lord Shiva's Gana, his assistant. और कुछ क्वेश्चन प्रभु जी? एनी अदर क्वेश्चन प्रभु जी? माता जी? यस प्रभु. हाँ, Shringi Rishi, what happened after Shringi Rishi punished, cursed Parikshit Maharaj? Then we know that story, what happens. Then Samik Muni sends his disciples to Parikshit Maharaj. And you see, the best thing is, a devotee is never bewildered. Never ever bewildered. If you are bewildered, you need something, some treatment you need. So Parikshit Maharaj got this as a good news. He accepted this news, he is cursing by Shringi that Takshak will come and bite him in 7 days' time as a good news. And he relinquished his kingdom. That I take this as a blessings on me by the Brahmana boy. So I'll get relief now from all my responsibilities and I'll focus my mind on the Krishna. But what happens to Shringi, that boy? From that day onwards, because Shringi uses Brahmanical power to curse, people say from that day onwards Brahmana lost that power. Yes. There was no punishment for him because Parikshit Maharaj excused him. He could have cursed him back. He could have so many things. But he was a devotee. Devotee never takes revenge, Prabhuji. Anything else, Prabhuji, Mataji? हरे कृष्णा. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, श्रीला गुरुदेव की, नित्याय गौर प्रेमानंदे. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की.